What has been a mostly quiet Atlantic hurricane season may soon start to wake up, and it could bring one final blow. This final blow could be the worst of the season for any landmass in the Atlantic basin. I'll go over what can happen through the end of this month in this video. The CBO cyclone, Saturday, October 18th, 2025. Starting with disturbance 2 in the northern Atlantic, it currently has a 10% chance of development in the next 2 days and a 10% chance of development in the next 7 days. Don't be surprised if this develops. If it does develop, it could get the name Melissa, subtropical storm Melissa. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if it develops, and it could do it within the next couple of days or so. And even if it does develop, it probably won't bring much of a threat to land. Shouldn't do much, so even if it does develop, don't expect much out of it. Disturbance 1 in the Atlantic, in the southern Atlantic, has a 0% chance of development in the next 2 days and a 30% chance of development in the next 7 days. I do expect this to develop, and this should move into the Caribbean sometime tomorrow or Monday. And then it really depends on what happens. It could either, if it develops faster, it's going to kind of stay over here and move up toward Puerto Rico as a front pulls it up to the north. Stronger storms have a stronger steering influence. So a stronger storm is more likely to get pulled up to the north, assuming a front is moving through than a weaker storm. And this weaker storm is no storm at all. And if it continues into the Western Caribbean, it could just stall and sit there for many days. And then the water's not only very warm because storms haven't been in the Caribbean for all year. The water's not only very warm, but it also goes down really deep. So any storm that sits over there will have time to just gain fuel. Typically what happens if a storm sits over an area of warm water and then it doesn't go very deep, it'll strengthen and then start to weaken, because it'll push up cooler water as it evaporates the warmer water. But this water goes very deep, so it kind of has an unlimited fuel source, especially if the stalls there. So that would be a very dangerous, very life-threatening system. And the only thing that would be there to stop it is an eye wall replacement cycle that happens with stronger storms when they're really well defined. Outer bands close in on the inner eye wall, and then the eye closes, eye opens back up, eye's a little larger than before, and then the storm starts to re-strengthen. There is a tropical depression heading for the Philippines right now. It currently has 35 mile an hour sustained winds, should strengthen a little bit to typhoon status, and then should turn toward Vietnam. I don't expect this to do much. It is forecast to weaken as it heads for Vietnam. There is another tropical storm in the southwest Indian Ocean. It currently has 40 mile an hour sustained winds, and once this does get strong enough, it's technically strong enough to get a name. It just needs 10 minutes sustained winds to get a name. I don't know what that name's going to be quite yet. It's the C name because they've already gone through A and B. This isn't like the Western Pacific where it's just a bunch of random letters in a random order. I don't even understand that. But this will be whatever the C name is. And then it could either go this way or this way, posing a threat to Madagascar. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. There are some models saying either of them. And then the severe weather threat today, there is a decent severe weather threat today. Level 2 out of 5. It hasn't been upgraded to a level 3 out of 5. However, the tornado risk is very large. There's not much directional wind shear, so that's when one wind is going this way and another one's going this way, causing rotation in the atmosphere. It's more of a speed shear where one wind at the surface is going slower and then it quickly speeds up as it goes up. So that can also produce tornadoes, any kind of shear. And the speed shear kind of creates a sideways rotation, and then the rising air just kind of tilts it and drops down the tornado. But currently, yes, a 5% tornado risk. So we could see an EF2, maybe an EF3 today. Wouldn't be totally surprised if we saw an EF2, maybe a little bit if we saw an EF3. The wind risk is 15% not hatched, so that's good. Still damaging winds, expect those in this area. in the 15% area. That's 15% within 25 miles of an area. This is 5% within 25 miles of an area. And then the hail, it's a lot smaller of an area. It's mostly in the morning. 15% within 25 miles of the area, but it's not hatched, so not at least 2 inches. So that's good, but still expect some hail, about an inch to an inch and a half maybe. But I will be monitoring all of this, the tropics and the severe weather, very closely. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching and see ya.